Hello, guys. Good morning, everyone. We'll be starting in just 2 minutes.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Mohit, Ishita, we can start.
Okay. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the first event of Batch 2021, organized by Mudra, the Finance Club of Department of Public Policy and Governance, BK School of Professional and Management Studies, Gujarat University. My name is Mohit Adhia, and along with Ishita Vashisht, we are your host for the day. The Department of Public Policy and Governance, established in the year 2020, is one of its kind program aimed at improving efficiency and leadership skills among policymakers and administrators. Mudra, the Finance Club, aims at providing the exposure to the students about the financial update across the globe. We organize webinars related to finance, various quizzes and debates related to investment, banking, trading, etc. So as you all know, this is a debate competition where you can put your thoughts forward without hesitation. This is a civilized debate, a constructive debate, and not an altercation of sorts. So please try to be as decent as possible while putting your thoughts and point of views forward. Judging today's debate is Darshini Dave ma'am, MBA, PGDFM, UGC NET. She is pursuing her PhD. She is faculty at DPPG, BK School. She has more than 6 years of industry and academic experience. Her areas of interest are production management, operations management, and materials management, and financial management. She has published more than 10 research papers in recognized international and national journals and books. She was a teaching assistant in Swayam, which is an online education platform by Government of India. She has been awarded a Shodh scholarship by Gujarat government. Welcome, ma'am, and thank you for taking out time and agreeing to judge this competition.
Thank you, Mohit. Thank you very much.
Now I would like to pass on the mic to Ishita, please.
Thank you, Mohit. So, before starting the debate, let's once go through the topics. Which team is going to speak for or against for a topic, and of course, the rules of the debate. Rules of the debate. Each team will be given 2 minutes prior to the start to organize their thoughts. After 2 minutes, the speaker's name will be called out to speak. He or she needs to speak for 2 minutes, and at the end of the debate, the stage will be open to all for discussion for 5 minutes. When a person is speaking, all the participants are required to mute their mics till their turn is called out. Participants are requested not to interfere when a speaker is presenting his or her thoughts and shall wait for their turn. All the participants are requested to keep their camera on all the time. Judgment criteria. On the basis of the judgment criteria I am declaring right now, organization and clarity. Main arguments are outlined in a clear and orderly way. Use of argument. Reasons given to support your resolution. Presentation style, tone of voice, clarity of expression, and precision of the argument. Over to you, Mohit.
All right, so now I'll be taking the names of the groups and the participants, which topic they are going to speak, and on what side they are going to speak for or against. So the group one has the topic regulate crypto, don't ban it. In the group, Ayushi Bua, Jayesh Pathak, and Ritika Kanojia will be presenting for the argument for the motion. That is, this house supports the ban of crypto in India. In the same group, Shivani Parmar, Karan Shah, and Vishal Chocha will be presenting against the motion, which is this house doesn't support the ban of crypto but supports the regulation of it. I would like to move on to Ayushi Bua. You have 2 minutes for organizing your thoughts, and after that, we'll be starting from you for the argument that is, this house supports the ban of crypto in India. Ayushi Bua. Ayushi, are you there?
She is not there, Mohit.
Okay. Let's move to GH Pathak. GH, are you there?
Yes.
Yes. So
Good morning
GH,
to all of you.
yeah, good
Yes.
morning. Your topic is regulate crypto, don't ban it, and you'll be speaking for the argument. That is, this house supports the ban of crypto in India. Crypto should be banned. You have 2 minutes to organize your thoughts and 2 minutes to speak on your topic. If possible,
First,
turn on your camera.
sorry, I can't because my laptop camera is very bad and it's not available for open it. And first of all, I some question है kind of. मुझे बताना है कि advantages क्या है. Sorry, आपने क्या बोला मुझे अच्छे से सुना ही नहीं गया. मोहित.
Yeah, argument for the topic, for the motion that this house supports the ban of crypto in India.
Okay, मुझे support करना है. ठीक है और कुछ
Yes,
नहीं.
crypto should
First
be
of
banned in
all,
India.
नहीं बैंड तो नहीं करना चाहिए मुझे लगता है क्योंकि मैंने जब जब क्रिप्टो करेंसी और जो अभी अपना मार्केट अभी है क्रिप्टो करेंसी के वो मैंने रिसर्च किया ना तो पता चला कि वो एक साल में 15,000 प्लस इंटरेस्ट दे रहा है आपको रिटर्न बैक. तो ऐसा लगता है कि जब आप शॉर्ट टर्म में किसी पैसा कमाना चाहते हो अदरवाइज आप गोल्ड के और अदर शेयर्स और उसके बारे में सोचो तो उसके हिसाब से crypto is a good for that and is very easy to use for like that you can use in your mobile on anytime anywhere and ट्रांजेक्शन के लिए वो भी सही है क्योंकि ट्रांजेक्शन सही होता है और इंडिया में मैंने देखा है कि लोगों को जल्दी पैसा कमाना बहुत ऐसा होता है कि हम जल्दी पैसे कमा ले और इसके लिए अभी बहुत अच्छा है तो मुझे लगता है कि क्रिप्टो करेंसी और उसमें अंदर बिटकॉइन ये पर एक रेगुलेशन होती है कि आप किसी भी अंडर जो जिसे इसके बारे में पता हो किसी एडवाइजर के लेकर आप इसमें इन्वेस्ट करो तो बेटर रहेगा आई थिंक सो
So just in any case, you are not going to ban cryptocurrency.
नॉट नाउ अभी तो नहीं क्योंकि अभी मार्केट नया नया ओपन हुआ है तो मुझे लगता है कि ये बहुत ऊपर जाएगा इसमें अनस्टेबल भी है कि ऊपर नीचे चलता रहता है बट देखो तो टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करने के लिए अभी तो हम सभी ऑनलाइन हो रहे हैं तो ये भी ऑनलाइन होना चाहिए.
So don't you have at least a single point in against of the cryptocurrency? Like there's no risk associated.
मेरा ऐसा मतलब तो नहीं था है कि माइनस पॉइंट पे है क्योंकि वो अनस्टेबल है कहीं पे भी कभी भी ऊपर चला जाता है कभी भी गिरा देता है आप लोगों को वो भी अनस्टेबल है बट रिस्क इज मेन पॉइंट ऑफ ना कभी भी आप कहीं पे भी इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो गोल्ड पे भी कर रहे हो तो नहीं श्योरिटी नहीं है आपके पास कि आप परफेक्टली उससे पैसा आपका प्लस ही जाने वाला है इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हो तो इसमें कुछ भी कहीं पे भी जगह पे आपके पास माइनस पॉइंट तो है ही है तो हम सोचे बड़ा ही रिस्क ले क्यों नहीं.
Okay, thank you, Just. And I'm not going to interrupt any further, but I'm speaking just to tell you all that I'm also going to judge you on the basis of body language. If your one device's camera is not working, you can join from another device. Okay. So this is for all the candidates who are going to appear further that you need to turn your camera on and keep it on while at least when you are saying something, when you're presenting. After that, you can keep it off. Otherwise, your judgment won't be even made.
Okay, so
Over to
now,
you.
yeah. So the next participant is Shivani Parmar. Are you here?
Yes, I'm audible.
Yes, yes. Hello, Shivani. Your topic is also the same, regulate crypto, don't ban it, but you will be speaking against it. That is, this house doesn't support the ban of crypto, but supports the regulation of crypto. You will have 2 minutes to organize your thoughts and 2 minutes to start. Do you want 2 minutes or do you want to start right away?
Yeah, sure. I would like to take.
You'll like to start right away.
No, I would like to take 2 minutes.
Okay, okay. You can take 2 minutes. I'll inform you.
Okay, thank you.
Meanwhile, to all the participants, if Mohit is saying that you are against it or in favor of it, if he is saying that you are against the ban, it means that you are in favor of the regulation of it. So you are supposed to speak like that. Even if you want to ban, you don't want to ban it, still you need to speak accordingly as per the system as Mohit is giving you, because that is the competition. That even if you are against it, you are asked to speak for that.
Hello, good morning. I would like to start. So, Mohit, if I want.
Okay. Okay. You can start now.
Okay, fine. So basically, the topic for today is crypto. Don't ban it and regulate it. So, and I'm going to speak for again. So basically, I'm supporting that crypto should be regulated and it should not be banned in India. Like if we are just talking about India. So first of all, what is crypto? So crypto is a collection of binary data which we can use for financial transactions. So it was introduced in 2009 by an anonymous engineer. Then until 2010, if you see the market capital was just $0, no value, nothing. Then until right, so if right now if you see the it is $1 trillion economy all over, and if we are comparing it with India's, the whole over India is just a $3 trillion economy. So crypto is almost one third part of whole of our economy. So why don't give it a chance? Like if we are giving chance to each and everything, if we have started executing SEBI, stock market, exchange, everything online, then why not crypto? And also, in addition to it, it is very easily accessible. Like in 2015, I think almost the applications were launched, which is helpful to deal with bitcoins and cryptocurrency. 60% of the cryptocurrency is almost Bitcoin, and yes, it has a $30 economy. Even the applications are very easy to accessible. Engineers are working on it, so it has a vast future, and that's the need of time. Like you need to evaluate ourselves, and time needs to change day by day. So if we are just we would work for a paper and all, like if we consider even today, the meeting mode is online. So why not consider our online finance for the future? Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So now we'd like to move on to another participant. That is a Karan Shah. Karan Shah, are you here?
Yes.
Yes, Karan. So your topic is regulate crypto, don't ban it, and you will be speaking against it. That is, this house does not support the ban of crypto, but supports the regulation.
Okay.
Would you like to start straight away?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Okay. So you can start now.
So first of all, good morning, ma'am, and good morning to all the who are present here and would like to listen me. So my the whole question is against the cryptocurrency, that I should support why we should bring cryptocurrency in our economy, plus global economy too. Cryptocurrency. What is cryptocurrency? It is a full data which runs on computer, and there is no physical like legal tender in India we have. Secondly, it is a data encryption. What is data encryption? Data encryption that we cannot change the hashtag, the hash that is that are given in the data. Like I want to change the data of the another person, but it is a blockchain technology. It does not work on one simple technology. So blockchain technology is a far vast technology that helps the person not to interfere in any of the data. And as it is a decentralized system, So it is a quite good system that third party is not involved in it totally. Rather, it works on 24 hours basis like stock market. It is only from 9 to 3 or 9 to 3:50 if I am not wrong. And here we can have all over 24 hours of buying and trading of stocks. Uh, thirdly, the market share, that is the high profits can also be gained by individual if he knows the entry point and exit point as well. Thirdly, it does not depends on only Indian economy, but it depends on overall global economy. Like if India is facing a harsh economy, it will not affect the economy of the other. It will not affect the economy of India, but the global economy is here. Fourth, I mean like.
Varun, your time is up.
Okay, thank
The
you.
2 minutes are up.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Okay, so we'll now move on to Vishal Chocha. Vishal Chocha, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so your topic is also regulate crypto, don't ban it. And it is against the argument that this house does not support the ban of crypto, but supports the regulation of crypto in India. Do you want to
Can you
start
please
right
repeat
away?
it? Your voice is not audible, man. Be network issue.
Hello?
Yes. Can you please repeat it again?
Yeah. So your topic is regulate crypto, don't ban it. And you are going to speak against this motion. This house does not support the ban of crypto, but supports the regulation of it.
Okay. So मुझे अगेंस्ट बोलना है, लाइक क्रिप्टो को बैन
Yes.
करना चाहिए या नहीं?
नहीं, this house doesn't support the ban. Ban नहीं करना है इंडिया में, and should be regulated.
Okay.
It should be
So
allowed.
yes. So basically, as we know, that crypto is a new trend. It's the same like money. So we can. So can I speak in Hindi?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can mix
Yeah,
it.
basically, so cryptocurrency मार्केट में 2000 अराउंड 8 से आया था. सो तो इसका एडवांटेजेस ये है कि क्रिप्टो को मतलब बैन नहीं करना चाहिए, रेगुलेट करना चाहिए, लाइक अदर मनी. सपोज इंडिया में हमारे पास पैसा है INR, इंडियन रुपीस. सो उसको मतलब इफेक्टिवली यूज करके हम अपनी इकोनॉमी को बढ़ा सकते हैं. उसी तरह बिटकॉइन भी हम ग्लोबली इफेक्टिवली यूज करके इकोनॉमी को भी मतलब सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं हम. बेसिकली इट्स ऑनलाइन मनी वी कैन यूज इन इफेक्टिव वे. एंड इन डिजिटल फॉर्म है तो हम मतलब उसको मतलब सॉरी टू से, जस्ट 1 मिनट. डिजिटल फॉर्म में है तो हम उसको इफेक्टिवली यूज भी कर सकते हैं. एंड ब्लॉकचेन सिस्टम है, जिस ब्लॉकचेन एज वी नो ब्लॉकचेन क्या होता है. तो ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज करके हम मतलब ट्रांजेक्शन वो सब अच्छी तरह से मेंटेन भी कर सकते हैं. जिस तरह हम अकाउंट्स रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हैं, जैसे पिछले ईयर की मतलब जो भी अमाउंट है नेक्स्ट ईयर में लेके जा सकते हैं. उसी तरह ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी में हम उस तरह ये रिकॉर्ड ट्रांजेक्शन मेंटेन करके हम लोगों को सिक्योरिटी प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं उसमें. एंड दैट्स इट फ्रॉम माय साइड.
Okay. So now we'll move on to group 2. And in group 2, we have Pranjali Rathod, Gurupriya PK, and Arun Chauhan. Are you guys here?
Yes. I'm here.
Okay. So your topic is demonetization. And the two arguments are this house is in the favor of the move. That means demonetization should have happened. And the against argument is this house is against the move. So we'll start with you, Gurupriya. You're speaking for the argument. That is, this house is in favor of demonetization. You have 2 minutes to speak. Do you
All right.
want to take? Do you
Yeah.
want to start right away?
I want some time. I want 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay. So we'll move on to Arun Chauhan in that meanwhile. Arun?
Sorry to
Yes.
interrupt, Mohit. Mohit, allot them the topic now only so they can prepare. Meanwhile, everyone is preparing. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So in this group, demonetization, there is Pranjali Rathod, Gurupriya PK, Arun Chauhan, Sanjay Nakum, Setu Shah, and Krishna Naikar. All six have the same topic, demonetization. So Gurupriya PK and Arun Chauhan will speak for, that is, this house is in favor of the move. Sanjay Nakum, Setu Shah, and Krishna will speak against. This house is against the move. Arun, do you want to start now?
Just a minute.
Just a minute. I hope it is clear to all the participants what topics are allotted to them. If any queries, you can ask right now.
Hello, Arun. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so no, there is a disturbance in your audio and you're not visible as well.
Now,
Yes.
is an act of stopping a currency and legal tender. In a demonetization, the current form of money is removed successfully. And it is declared. Removing the infected and replacing the more judges.
Arun, your internet connection is not stable. Sorry to interrupt you, but your internet connection is not stable. I'm not able to hear you properly. I guess Mohit and Ishita, you two are also not able to hear him properly. So
No,
Yes,
there is a disturbance.
take some time and we can go ahead with Gurupriya. And you just try to repair your internet. Okay, we'll get back to you.
Hello everyone, I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Hello everyone, this is Gurupriya. So today I'm going to speak for the motion demonetization. Um, as as the government claimed it to be, though demonetization did have some setbacks here and there, it did achieve its goal in the long term. So I'll start with okay. So it's around 99.3 percentage of the money came back to the bank, stating that anyone with basic economic knowledge will know about the concept of money multiplier as the deposits increased, so does the loan generated in the economy, implying that aggregate demand for the economy increases. As aggregate demand of the economy increases, it's very good for the economy for in terms of its national income and all that related parameters. So people who are against demonetization are of the opinion that ever since demonetization, GDP growth has not been so good. It's been decreasing. A study conducted by a government agency revealed that though there is a correlation between GDP and demonetization, there's not a causality relationship. That is, there's no cause and effect relationship between the two, because around the same time, the global economy was facing a shock with Trump taking the presidency in US, and the prices of oil increasing ever since then. So demonetization as such it's not majorly responsible for the job losses and unemployment. And also, this is one such move which didn't affect poor as much, as it targeted the rich, because as we all know, poor people are out of the equation because they don't have 500 and 1,000 rupees in their most of them don't have that much of amount in their bank account. So personally, even both my parents are bankers, so they had to work very hard for 50 days. But I think it is just a short term sacrifice for the long term benefit, because the tax collection has increased as doubled in the period of 2014 to 18 to 2018 to 19, implying that one of the target of demonetization was more
Gurupriya,
tax
your time is
compliance
up.
and efficiency. So, yeah.
Thank you, Gurupriya.
Mohit, now I'm
Yes.
audible and clear.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Now you are audible.
Yeah. May I start, or somebody else will
Yes,
begin?
yes. Yes, you can start.
Okay. Demonetization is an act of stripping a currency as a legal tender. In demonetization, the current currency or a money is removed from the circulation and retired. It is just like removing the infected blood from a body and replace it with a new blood. Good morning, respected ma'am, and my worthy opponents and audience. I, Arunchar, here humbly express my thoughts for your interest in the topic demonetization. As previously stated, I hereby standing for the motion, and if I have a permission, I would like to begin by saying that demonetization is the last resort for the government to take the country back on an economic track. Yes, first of all, demonetization improves the banking system significantly. Demonetization would certainly infuse the sophistication of a bank system. The economy of a nation will move into the cashless direction due to the demonetization. Moving in the cashless direction would mean better access to the credit and the smoothness of the financial operation. Demonetization significantly reduces the corruption that taking place. It certainly puts the full stop on the corrupt practices. Demonetization significantly hampers the individuals dealing in the black money and carrying out their operations. Another notable advantage of demonetization is reduced liability for the government. This is because the demonetization reduces the risk and the liability of the liquid currency. Furthermore, handling a soft money is far easier than handling a hard money. Also, every note is a liability of a government. Let me phrase like this. In Hindi, मैं धारक को रुपए अदा करने का वचन देता हूं. I promise to pay the bearer sum of rupees. Hence, the demonetization reduces the liability by removing the certain notes from the circulation. Since from the past centuries, many governments had tried in different countries to take this decision for the demonetization. Though the currency which was demonetized was differ, and the objective largely was remained the same, removes to the black money, terrorists funding, illegal activity, and bringing the cash in the function.
Arun, your time is up. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, thank you very much for listening me patiently. Thank you very much.
Okay. So now we'll move on to the next speaker, Sanjay Nakum. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. This is Sanjay Nakum, and today I am going to speak in against of demonetization. As our current Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced demonetization on 2016, and it was a sudden decision taken by him. So there was so much inconvenience for the local public of the country, and there was inconvenience for the citizens of India, because as they have to deposit the old currency note of 500 and 1,000 to the bank, and they have to withdraw new notes from the ATM. So there was people who were standing outside the ATM in a queue for whole day just to withdraw little amount of money. So it was not good for the general public of India, and even for the our growth of the economy was in halt for some period of time, and even also remodification of the ATMs were required, and it was costly and time consuming. So demonetization was not good for the country. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sanjay. Now we'll move on to the next speaker, Setu Shah. Setu, are you here?
Mohit, please move forward to the next
Yes.
participant. She is here, but I
Yes.
think
Yes.
she cannot respond.
Okay. So now we are moving on to the group 3, and
Okay,
their
just wait.
topic is
Just a minute. Before moving to group 3, for 5 minutes are allotted to the participants of group 2 to counterfeit their topics, like counterfeit their other part. So the 3 participants can start now. आपको आर्ग्यूमेंट देना है कि सामने वाले ने जो बोला वो क्यों गलत है और आप जो बोल रहे हो वो क्यों सही है. Participants of group 2, please continue.
Yes. As my opponent Gurupriya has rightly said, it is very betterment for our economy to bring back to on a track. But I want to ask my another opponent Sanjay to say that this not happened in India only. It happened in European Union, Pakistan, Zimbabwe, and Australia also. But the type of demonetization was different. This is not on the topic on the India only. India has a very big population of 135 crore people. It is very difficult to manage that much people, but still after you will see the demonetization effect will come in over the period of time, not in within the 1 period or a 2 period of years.
Yeah, I agree, but it's good for in long run. But in short run, the economy crisis for the needy people were there, and also the economic growth of the country were in hold. So in short term, there was so much rush, and people were, see, as you said, but in the developed country the demonetization occurs, then also the problems and can be solved easily, but in country our India is underdeveloping country, so here the economic crisis were so much there, and we face so many problems because of demonetization.
Can I counter your argument? You told that we did face short. You agree to the fact that we had long term benefit, but we had to face short term cost. I think it is the case with most of the policies, right? You're definitely going to face short term sacrifices to enjoy long term benefits. So nothing is going to come free of cost. So yeah, even government did, like even my parents were bankers, so they had to work till 12 p.m. They had to work for 15 days straight. They had to work till midnight for that. But everything is for good, right? So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, group. Yeah. At the end, I would like to sum up this. Before demonetization in 2014, the Jan Dhan Yojana was introduced to open the zero bank balance account for small people. This was already planned. For these 2 years, it was planning in 2016, November 8, this decision was taken in India, right? So same in the European Union, when their old notes, when they come as a European Union, they have introduced their single note. So they have planned for 3 years long process. Same as the case in Pakistan also, they have given enough time to replace their notes. So every side have
as you said that in that country there was time given for the, but in our country the demonetization was announced on 8th November 2016, and last date was 30th November. Deadline was 30th November to exchange your old notes in the bank. So there was little time given to the country, and as we know that the population of India is bigger, so the time was less, and due to that the inconvenience was there.
I would like to counter this argument. You told that the time given was less, so that is the entire purpose of demonetization, right? Because if they're going to give enough time, then they'll have obviously corruption, and obviously people will have enough time to convert it into other assets, and to even a lot of corruption cases where. Were being recorded around that time because people were trying to, trying to make it they were trying
that
to.
what I'm saying is whatever the big players was there, they already managed how to convert their money, and they also done their part, but the general public or middle class public of India mostly face the problem. as Arun said that this planning was going on from 2 years. Then big players of India, they already managed how they have to, they will convert their money, and they done everything. But the middle class public and general public, laymen, face mostly problems.
Yeah, absolutely. But let me put one thing, that they are big players or small players. But if the money is coming back in the circulation, see, let's take an example of a human body. If the blood circulates in a body, it remains our body healthy. If it stops in one part, it will create an injury or a tuberculosis, right? So if it coming in the circulation, it means the economy is coming back on the track. And next, I would like also point that you said that November or December was the last date, but let me remind you that the government has given an option to that keep the money, the old notes, till 31st March or June to the directly to the RBI, not into the bank. So they have given many options. And one more thing, around 96% to 99% of money which came back into the circulation, only a minimal amount of money which were banned notes were not came into circulation, but 99% of money came into the circulation.
I would just like to add a couple of points.
Yeah, so we can go ahead with the other three people.
Okay, ma'am. So group 3, we have the topic trading in stocks, retail investor friendly market. And we have participants Priya Lathia and Kunik Shah. So Priya will be speaking for that this house believes that HNI investors and operators control the majority of the market, and retail investors, that is small investors, does not get a fair participation opportunities. And Kunik Shah will be speaking against the argument that this house does not believe it is a lopsided market. HNI investors and operators and retail investors get a fair chance on trading. Everybody gets a fair chance. So Priya Lathia would be the first speaker. Priya, would you like to start?
मुझे 2 मिनट चाहिए, sorry.
Okay, so can we move on to Kunik
So
Shah?
we are giving, like, is Kanik here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Kanik, you can also have 2 minutes. And what are the other names? Aryan and Anand. Are they
No,
here?
I think Aryan is not here.
Anand is here.
No, ma'am, he is also not here.
So, okay, so one of them should speak in favor of the topic, and the other one should speak against the topic.
Against, yes. So
So is it
Priya
like-
is speaking for, and Kunik is speaking against.
Okay. So till that time, till the time they are preparing, so Ayushi, Ahushi, Bhuva, then Ritika Kanojia, Vishal Socha, Pranjali Rathod, Setu Shah, Krishna Naikar, and Aryan Panchal. These people are not present, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, they are not joined.
Okay, so after a few seconds, you can start with the girl, Priya Lathia.
Okay, ma'am.
Hello, Mohit, I'm ready.
Okay, Priya. So you can start.
Hello, ma'am,
You're
good
not
morning.
visible.
Sorry. Hello, ma'am, good morning. Good morning, colleagues. I believe that HNL has a HNL. First of all, HNL means high net worth इंडिविजुअल जो 2 लाख से ज़्यादा प्राइस के शेयर्स परचेज करते हैं वो shares price HNL has a profound impact on a share price because they account for most of the trading. Their buying can send the stock price up. जब वो शेयर प्राइस को परचेज करते हैं तो उसकी प्राइस हाई हो जाती है, और जब वो शेयर को सेल करते हैं तब शेयर की प्राइस डाउन हो जाती है. इसीलिए वो ज़्यादातर अफेक्ट करते हैं मार्केट को, ट्रेडिंग को, और वो रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स को ये मौका नहीं मिलता है. That's it.
Yeah, Kanik.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, everyone, and all my dear colleagues. So I have to speak means against the topic that HNI and retail investors get a fair market. So starting with the introduction that as we all know, the stock market was started in 1875 with the BSC, and along with that, initially the market has grown and the IPO has also existed. Means sorry, and the IPO also means have came up in the market. So I think that it is not affecting for the retail investors because the high net worth investors are, yes, obvious. It is they are investing in the. It means they are paying more money and they are taking much risk. But the retail investors are taking lesser risk. So I think they are also they also should get like opportunity. Means the high net investors are taking much risk, so the shares or the trading means stocks, okay, so they are getting much allotment as compared to the retail investors. So it is like that that who's ever take much risk, they will get means the surety that they that the stocks are in their account. So I think that it does not affect the retail investors, even though we have a regulatory body in our market like SEBI. So it also prevents from like insider trading and like manipulating the market. So I think both are equal, HNI and retail investors. Both are trading like they get a fair market for trading. Thank you.
So Priya
Okay,
and
so
Kanik, you both are the same views, right? Though it was supposed to be different, but it's okay. So Priya, do you have anything to say?
No,
Yes, yes.
actually, Priya was saying that means it affects, and I was saying that it does not affect to both HNI and retail investors.
Yeah, so do you have anything to argue?
Yes,
Like
ma'am.
from the things Priya has said, or the Priya from the things Kanik has said?
यस मैम। मैं बोल रही थी कि एचएनआई के पास ज़्यादा शेयर होते हैं, उसके पास ज़्यादा अमाउंट में शेयर होते हैं और वो जब भी चाहे तब मार्केट को गिरा सकते हैं, उठा सकते हैं। वो बल्क में शेयर खरीद कर उसकी प्राइस ज़्यादा कर सकते हैं और जब वो चाहे तो वो सारे शेयर बेच कर वो शेयर की प्राइस कम कर सकते हैं।
Okay, that's the same thing.
I would speak that means it's not easy to manipulate the market. Okay, so SEBI is continuously keeping acting as a watchdog over the market. So means anyone cannot just easily manipulate the market. It's a teamwork. So means I think that it cannot manipulate easily. मीन्स जैसे कि अगर कोई भी आके कुछ भी मैसेज फॉरवर्ड करेगा, यस पीपल गेट्स इन्फ्लुएंस, बट दूसरी तरफ सेबी हमेशा मीन्स गिव अ गाइडेंस टू द इन्वेस्टर्स दैट फर्स्ट यू शुड हैव great research on that stock, only then you should go for the buying or selling purpose. So it cannot be easily manipulate the market by HNI.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Mohit.
okay, so we'll be moving to the group 4. That is, the topic to them is FDI in India, foreign direct investment in India. And the participants are Priyanka Jagwani, Mayank Kumar, Jignesh Chandegra, and Kunj Patel. Priyanka Jagwani will be speaking for the argument, that is, this house believes FDI can be used as tool to generate more jobs and employment in the country. And Mayank Kumar will also presenting the same argument. Jignesh Chandegra will be speaking against this argument, that this house believes that FDIs demote MSMEs throughout the country. And Kunj Patel will be also presenting against. So Priyanka
All
Jagwani,
four are present.
I'm present.
Okay, other three?
Priyanka is present, Mayank is not, Jignesh Chandegra is here, and Kunj is not.
Okay, so Priyanka and Jignesh,
Jignesh.
they both are having the different opinions, right?
Yes. Priyanka will be speaking for 4. That is, this house believes FDI is good. It can generate more jobs and employment. So Priyanka, you can go first.
And before she starts, we are giving her 2 minutes. Like all the other participants, Jayesh, Shivani, Karan, Gurupriya, Arun, Sanjay, Priya, Kanik, and the two who are going to present. So after this, I'm going to give you one of the topics of these four only, and you need to say something on that also. Okay. From these four topics, any one would be given to you, and you need to speak. So you need to be ready. If you don't know anything about HNI, you need to know. If you don't know anything about demonetization or cryptocurrency or the FDI, you need to know meanwhile.
Yes, ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah, Shivani.
Yes, ma'am, for the group one, we didn't have a debate kind of a thing.
Sorry.
We were given just 2 minutes to speak prior, and we still didn't have a
Yeah,
debate.
I'll give you some minutes for the
Okay,
other
thank
topic
you.
as well as for your topic.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Can I start?
Yeah, Priyanka.
Good morning. I am heading to start my thoughts on how hefty FDI is contributing itself for employment opportunities to create in India. What is FDI? That it creates the new jobs and more opportunities as investor that builds the new company that brings the new companies from foreign countries, and FDI has created an employment opportunities directly as at 50 percentage and indirect as a 12 percentage, and approximately 21,000 uh, approximately more than 21,500 new jobs were created, and two plus with 250 plus projects were created through FDI in India. Currently 2020-21, as we compared with 2019 and 20, it has given at 62 percentage more as compared to 2021, that is dollar 16.92 billion. And currently FDI status puts India as a preferred investment among the global investors. And matlab, majorly contributing sectors in India, that is automobile industries, that share is 23 percentage, computer software, that share is 18 percentage, and third is service sector, it's around 10 percentage or 11 percentage. And that companies FDI, matlab, some of the companies which are acting as an FDI in India are JSW Steel and ONGC HCL Technologies. And the main advantage is that FDI is providing to India is the main economic development stimulations. Next is easy international trade. Foreign exchange currencies is regulating properly through it, and development of resource transfer have production increases, and countries' income and tax incentives are also at a good pace, and employment and economic boost is also managed through it.
Okay, so time is up, Priyanka.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll move to Jignesh.
Mohit, can you repeat again? Because your voice is lag. So
Yeah. Your topic is FDI in India, foreign direct investment, and you'll be going against the motion. That is, this house
okay.
believes that FDI demotes MSMEs throughout the country.
अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट के बारे में बात करना है ना जो अगेंस्ट
Yes, this house believes that foreign direct investments demotes MSMEs, medium and small and micro industry enterprises throughout the country.
I think your voice is not there. I think my phone is not properly working. So
Mohit, you can write the topic in chat box.
Okay, ma'am. You can see it in the chat box, Jignesh.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Movies, for the reminding me, and thank you so much, Destiny, ma'am. Good morning, all of you, and let's talk about the brief introduction of FDI. The meaning is a foreign direct investment is the purchase of an interest in a company by a company or an investor located outside its borders. This is the basic meaning. So let's talk about the brief introduce for the FDI. So I think एक कंपनी को इन्वेस्टर की जरूरत है, बी कंपनी को इन्वेस्ट करना है, तो एक बी कंपनी क्या करेगी, एफडीआई थ्रू ए कंपनी को इन्वेस्टमेंट करेगी, लाइक इंडिया में आएगी। जो भी एक कंपनी है जिसको इन्वेस्टर की जरूरत है, वो बी कंपनी जो इन्वेस्टमेंट करना चाहता है। कैन आई एम ऑडिबल गाइस, क्योंकि माय फोन इज नॉट प्रॉपर्ली वर्किंग, सो आई
Yes, you are audible, Dinesh.
या थैंक यू सो मच। ओके, तो बी कंपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट करना चाहती है, एफडीआई थ्रू ए कंपनी में आएगी और इन्वेस्ट करेगी। इसमें क्या होगा, बेसिकली द I think this is the advantage, disadvantage. Advantage is in new technology, improve in new technology, obviously increase in exports, exchange rate or stability, health competitions. So I think let's talk about the new technology, and I think new technology is the increase in can I speak in Hindi? Okay.
Yes, you can.
The new technology improves, I think बहुत ही ज़्यादा improve होगा, because हमारे देश में बहुत ही ज़्यादा टेक्नोलॉजी की बहुत ही ज़्यादा कमी है। एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट होगी, जो बेरोजगार है, स्पेशली दिस पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन, तो एम्प्लॉयमेंट ज़्यादा बढ़ेंगे। तो आई थिंक न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी ऑब्वियसली बढ़ेगा, क्योंकि जैसे कि हमारे जो प्राइवेट सेक्टर्स है, आईटी सेक्टर्स है, वहाँ पे बहुत ही ज्यादा टेक्नोलॉजी की जरूरत है, तो वो भी आएगा, कैपिटल आएगा, साथ ही साथ हमें और ज्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट करने का मौका मिलेगा। ठीक है। एंड मैं डिसएडवांटेज की बात करूँ इसके बारे में, तो न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी के डिसएडवांटेज भी है, लाइक यू नो दैट ये पैंडेमिक।
Time is up. Time is up.
Okay.
So, ma'am, I think we have
Yeah.
went through all the groups now.
Okay. So now Shivani, Karan, and Jesht.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you all need to turn your camera on.
Yes.
So I think Jesht is not present. So both of you were saying in favor of the topic, right? Cryptocurrency. You were saying that cryptocurrency is good earlier.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now just tell me in like one minute each that why is cryptocurrency not good? Like you need to speak in against of that.
Shall I or?
We can start with Shivani.
Okay, ma'am. So basically, the cryptocurrency is totally regulated by the computer system, that's in binary language. And as we know that there is many cybersecurity issues, like, and even the price volatility. That there is no fixed price for price. The same thing for one Bitcoin or one cryptocurrency. So price volatility is, according to me, it's a main issue, and even the awareness would play a great role. Like it still the 40% of the people still don't know that there is something that works totally on online and considers finance in it. So awareness is also a main thing that would play a disadvantage role for this cryptocurrency. And even it would not gain a good market like in India. Like most of it, we talk about youth. Okay, youth is generally okay with the thing that we should invest online, but still we have our parents, and the age group matters. So the age group that is already having money in India, and it's generating the money. The one who is holding the money is not totally believing or having trust in this system. So that would also play a role.
Very good. Okay, Karan, you tell me why should we ban cryptocurrency?
First of all, India is a developing country, so here the income tax payers are very less. If we if we promote cryptocurrency, then the tax evasion would be at high risk. Money laundering would be also be there in the country. Similarly, there is also the crypto also has a many disadvantages, like they are a very decentralized, that there is a not a regulatory body that regulates all, like in stock market we are SEBIs, or in legal tenders we are RBI. There is no legal authority assigned to it. Apart from that, if an individual get hacked or has another problem with the cryptocurrency circulation, he cannot just file a complaint against any tribunals or any jurisdiction that is not available elsewhere in the global world also. So these are some of the disadvantages at a micro level and in the macroeconomic also. So I think that all the nations should have a group and to discuss about all the coming outcomes, that what they can regulate. Even the countries, our India is also moving towards the digital India. So we should make such a policy that it is not only in India's border, but it is from taken from all
Okay.
our global borders
Yeah.
too.
Okay, thank you. Now, I want you to speak in favor of demonetization, Karan.
Yes, ma'am. Demonetization was a marked attempt by the our PM Narendra Modi. I think demonetization has also countered terrorism at FAR, plus the extra money. Plus,
You can
plus,
continue.
okay. Plus the extra money which was held by big players were also be taken by the government. Apart from that, the new currency notes have also been generated from the legal tenders which was going on. Secondly, a boom has also been made after economic, but it was not a short after the demonetization, but after a long term, it can be a boom in the economic. So these are all my views about the demonetization.
Okay, thank you. And Shivani, you need to say that the topic which was given to Jignesh, the topic which is written in the chat box, you need to talk about that. That FDI demote MSME.
Should I start? I got the topic.
Sorry, Shivani.
Okay, ma'am, can I start? I got the topic. Okay.
It's not audible.
No, no.
Ma'am, Shivani, please speak louder. You're not audible.
Like there's no technical glitch. It's like your voice is not audible thoroughly.
I'm audible.
Yeah.
Also, ma'am, I got the topic from the chat box, so can I start?
You need to speak.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So the topic is that FDI is taking the market share of MI and small industries and the medium scale industries in our country. So basically itself. So FDI is good, but there should be a limit exports and the share should be kept low because it's not just the total share of that profit would not be given to our country. Like most often the stakeholders would take the most of the profit. So if it in the case of the MSME, the share would be still there in our country. Like most of the profit share would be in our country. So if we say that like it's repeating like how Britishers overruled our India. They started with the same thing. So we should not give them a main chance, but a major stake should not at all be given. And even in that case, the employment, like the youth nowadays has the craze of going to abroad. So if that's not fulfilled, so let's work in India with some FDI things. So this is taking most of the employment share even, and it's, in accordance. No, just a second.
Okay, thank you, Shivani. Now the second group, Gurupriya, Arun.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt. Jayesh was here. I think he has joined from some other ID.
Okay,
He
Jayesh.
had his camera off.
Okay, yeah, Jayesh. So you can talk on the topic. Just wait a second. Yeah, you can speak in. You can speak against demonetization.
डिमोनेटाइजेशन के लिए अगेंस्ट शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए डिमोनेटाइजेशन नहीं करना चाहिए लाइक थोड़े 25 या 30 इयर्स के आफ्टर वो डिमोनेटाइजेशन कर रहे तो चलो ठीक है ब्लैक मनी है जो वो बाहर आ सकता है बट शॉर्ट टाइम में तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है क्योंकि मार्केट के इकोनॉमिकली हिसाब से देखे तो अप्स डाउन बहुत रहेंगे क्योंकि जब जब किसी के पास पैसा नहीं होता तब तक मार्केट में पैसा घूमना बंद हो जाता है और फिर इन्फ्लेशन तो नहीं बोल सकते बट पैसे की कमी के हिसाब से बहुत प्रैक्टिकली जो वीकर पोजीशन वाले फैमिलीज है उसको बहुत दिक्कतें हो सकती है जब किसी ने बोला था मुझे पता नहीं था शायद कौन था बट जैसे उसने बात की थी लाइन में खड़े रहकर वो सब पैसे की बातें और वो थोड़ी दिक्कत की बात हो जाती है क्योंकि वो अभी इंडिया की पॉपुलेशन का जो मेन पॉइंट ऑफ अपना पॉपुलेशन बहुत ज्यादा है उसके बहुत सारी दिक्कतें होती रहती है तो मैं यही बोलना चाहूंगा ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है मेरे पास अभी तो
Okay, thank you, Jayesh. Now the second group, Gurupriya, Arun, and Sanjay. I think you had enough time to discuss your topic. I just want to know in 1 minute each about the third topic. Mohit, can you repeat the third topic? And here I want Arun in favor of the topic and the other two against the topic. So
Yeah,
for
ma'am, the
Arun,
third
please
topic
tell us
was
the topic.
Yeah, well, the topic was trading in stocks, retail investor friendly market. The favor is this house believes that HNI investors and operators control the majority of the market and retail investors does not get a fair participation opportunities, which means the market is skewed towards big players and not towards small players.
So
We'll have to
Arun is
support
saying
that.
that market is skewed, and the
Yes.
other two are saying that everyone is having the equal chance.
Yes, fair chance.
Yeah, Arun, you can start.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, the definitely HI investors are needed for an economy such as India, right? Because the lot of money is required to run a stock market. Means we can run a stock market with a less money also, but you can see from 30,000 from past 2 years, from 30,000 BSC points to 60,000. Okay, this required a huge investment. Retail investors also have a same amount of money, but they see as a stock market as their part of income. Okay, they earn the profit. They don't invest blindly. See, HI investors are high risk taker investors. They need it because if the HI investors are eliminated from the market, then it will be very difficult for the companies to get the crores of lakhs of rupees in their valuation. Okay, for running a company and listing on a stock market, they require a lot of fund. Okay, so I am in favor that HI investors should be there in the market along with the retail investors, but the proportion of their and HI investors need to be more in the lopsided market. Retail investors are getting the fair chance, like they have given the specific percentage by the SEBI that 3% is to be given to the retail investors, 5% or 10% should be given the slot to the HI investors also. So I believe it is the trading in stocks and retail investors are friendly in market. Thank you.
Okay, Sanjay. Sanjay and the girl.
Yeah, means just for confirmation, Mohit, means I have to speak like HNI and retail investor have equal control, right?
They are having equal opportunities. They are getting equal chances.
Okay, so I don't believe that HNI investors or operators they control the market, means majority market, because nowadays we can see so much regulations and SEBI have strict guidance towards the share market of India. So both they have equal rights and opportunity, and HNI investors cannot manipulate the market. Retail investors get equal and fair chance to invest and to earn from the share market. So I just want to say that HNI investors cannot regulate or control the majority of the market.
Okay. And Gurupriya?
Hello, I hope I'm audible.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to speak against the motion. So I don't believe that both the categories get enough space in the sector because like the figure has improved over the years. So starting in the beginning of 2000, the proportion of retail invested in the stock market was around 20%, and the figure has improved to 41% percentage as per the latest statistics. So it does say that almost half of the market is being given to them. So though the amount, like though they only have a proportion of rupees 2 lakhs, the quantity of the quantity, like we have uh, uh, a lot of retail players in the market when compared to HNI. We have very few HNI players in the market, so though their net worth might be big enough, but we don't have enough players to dominate as such. Also, with financial literacy increasing, like with brokerage apps like Zerodha providing financial literacy, we do see a lot of millennials entering the market, and unlike the previous generation who didn't have enough knowledge about stock market, or this generation is comparatively like expertise in this area. So we do believe that they won't fall prey to all scams, and they are we this generation is knowledgeable. This generation of investors are knowledgeable enough to take the right decision and not be carried away. So.
Okay, thank you. Now we have Priya Lathia, Kanik Shah, Jignesh, and Priyanka. Right? So you all four are having the same topic of crypto, where Priya and Kanik are saying that crypto should not be banned and it should be regulated, and Jignesh and Priyanka are saying that crypto should be banned. So we want your opinion quickly, really quickly, and you can take initiative. You can start wherever you want, whenever you want. Like whosoever wants to start first can start.
Yes, sir, that I think crypto should not be banned because even after the demonetization, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is just doing that means I'm sorry, means like Prime Minister Narendra Modi is just doing the cashless economy in our country. So I think even after the existence of the cryptocurrency, it is like a worldwide phenomenon now. All the countries are known about that cryptocurrency. So I think it is also being talked that the general currency like would be eliminated from the country, and cryptocurrency would be accepted by all the countries.
Ma'am, your mic is muted.
Okay. So the other one who is saying in the same notion.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
तो क्रिप्टो करेंसी को बैन नहीं होना चाहिए क्योंकि वो एक्सेसिबल है, देन वो सारे वर्ल्ड की इकोनॉमी को बढ़ा सकता है, फिर वो उसकी अवेलेबिलिटी है, वो जब चाहे हम उसे परचेज कर सकते हैं, और उसका फ्रॉड प्रूफ भी मिल सकता है, उसके ऊपर कोई भी गवर्नमेंट या कोई बैंक का कोई कंट्रोल नहीं है, इसीलिए वो ज़्यादा अच्छा है. बस, थैंक यू.
Hello, am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, Priyanka.
First of all,
Priyanka, please, Priya, sorry, please mute your mic.
Priyanka, your camera is.
sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Am I visible and audible now?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
First of all, there is a need to ban the cryptocurrency. Why? The rise of the Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies challenges the monopoly of the government and central banks, and also it is deregulated. There should be the limit to the number of the Bitcoin, and the point here is that the number of the Bitcoin may not go up, but the number of the Bitcoin like assets will continue to go up in the years and come up with the new cryptocurrencies keep getting launched. So there might be the possibilities that the loss will be suffered with the loss will be suffered by the Indian residents or the investors, we can say. So while competition in products is essential so the consumer get the best deal, and the same time cannot be said that when it comes to different forms of money competing with each other.
Okay. And Jignesh? He's not here, right? So yeah, we can conclude this. You want me to announce the winners right now or later on?
Yes, ma'am. You can take your time to announce the winners.
Okay, so after the meeting, I'll share.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, you
So-
will be sharing it after the meeting. If you have the winners, we can announce it right now only.
Yeah, I have the winners, but after the meeting would be better. Like, but I just want to conclude this by saying that everyone had given excellent effort, and there were some people who gave their names, but still they are not here. So you should not do that in future. If they are listening to this in future, you should remember that if you're given your name, you should be present. And all those participants who are there, all those people who are there in the audience, if you have anything to say about any of the topics, you can say, and you'll still be considered for the winner if you're presenting your point really well, even though you didn't give your name. So you still have chance. We are still having 5-10 minutes. So is there anyone who didn't give the name and still wants to say anything? Can still say. Yeah, so I don't think there is anyone. And you should not miss such opportunities whenever you're getting this chance of participating in such event. You should always do that. Even the people who are coordinating, even the people who are organizing should also take part. So this is for Mohit, Ishita. Next time onwards, even if you're anchoring, you should take part. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So excellent work. Everything was good. Otherwise, all the other comments I'll give later on, and I'll announce the winners in the chat.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for taking out the time and judging this competition.
Thank you, ma'am.
I request all the participants to please turn on their cameras so we can just have a screenshot and capture this moment. Even the audience, those whoever, please turn on your cameras. Thank you, everyone. Mohit, please continue.
All right.
At last, I would like to congratulate to everyone who participated today. You all did good, and you deserve whosoever is the winner. Thank you for participating in this event. I hope you might have learned quite a few things from here, and I hope it was a very good debate experience for you. Thank you, Darshini ma'am, so much for taking out your time and agreeing to judge this event. And thank you, Neelam ma'am, also for giving us this wonderful opportunity to organize an event. We will try and bring some more events very soon where we all are gonna learn things and fun both goes hand in hand. So thank you again.
Thank you so much, Darshini ma'am. Thank you so much, everyone.